Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope that all of you are fine and doing well. Alright, let's start with today's topic. Today we will be continuing a previous topic, that is food and digestion. Before moving forward, I would like to give you a brief summary of what we have studied up till now. Alright, so up till now we have studied that what are nutrients. Okay, nutrients are basically chemicals which are required in order to uh, produce energy in our bodies for our proper growth and development. All right, so then we studied previously about six different types of nutrients. All right. We studied that there are six basic types of nutrients which our body require. Some of them are required in large amounts, while some of them are required in small amounts. Right. The nutrients which are required in large amounts by our bodies, those are known as macronutrients, while those nutrients which are required in small amounts, such nutrients are called micronutrients. Okay. Then we studied that there are totally six different types of nutrients. Okay. Which includes macronutrients and micronutrients both. Okay. Macronutrients are, there are three macronutrients: carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. And there are two micronutrients, which are minerals and vitamins. All right. Apart from these five basic types of nutrients, we need water and fiber. All right. These are two more types which are required for proper digestion in our bodies and to maintain a healthy life. Okay, so today we are going to dig deeper into macronutrients. Okay, I'm going to tell you more detail of macronutrients, and the basic macronutrient which is used as a fuel for our bodies, that macronutrient is called carbohydrates. Okay, and we will study about carbohydrates. What are carbohydrates? What is their structure? What are different sources of carbohydrates? And what is the important role of carbohydrates in our bodies? All right. So let me present my screen with all of you. Now I hope that all of you are able to see my screen. Okay, so here we are, guys. Food and digestion is our primary topic, all right, and carbohydrates is a subtopic of food and digestion. All right, so basically, let's start from this picture which I have added on the very first slide. This in this picture, there's a lady who is adding food in her plate. Now, this is very important that what we are supposed to add in our plate, what is required by our bodies, and what are the nutrients which we need to produce energy. All right, there are some nutrients which are useful, which are good nutrients, and we need them in order to produce energies in our bodies. But some nutrients are there which we eat, which are not healthy, which are not good for your health, and we still eat them. For example, all the junk food, it's that type of food which our body doesn't require, but we still eat them just in order to satisfy our taste buds. So, in these lessons, I am going to tell you that what you should eat and what you should not eat. Basically, the importance of different nutrients in our bodies. All right. So, before digging deeper into carbohydrates, let me take you on a field trip to Rempang Island. So get ready to experience a virtual field trip to a farm which is full of fruits and vegetables. This farm is there in Rempang Island. I want you to carefully observe each and every detail during your entire trip. While you are there, you are supposed to think about how plants make their own food. They will show you different types of plants which are there. All right, and you will think that why are we basically going for this tour. All right, and which type of nutrients are produced in form of in fruits and vegetables. Okay, so let's have a look of the Rempang Island farm. It will take a little bit to load. Let it load for some time. All right. So, guys, this is the place which I want you to see, observe carefully, and also think about this fact that why have I chosen this place for you to visit for a ritual trip. Now, see, the basic purpose of why I am taking you on this spiritual trip is to analyze that what are actually plants producing and how they are producing. Okay, so you can look around. Now, here we have a tree. They are showing different types of bushes here. You can see them. Fruits and flowers are hanging from those bushes. See, these are different flowers of different fruits. There's a tire here. This is probably, this plant is aloe vera. It's known as aloe vera. All right, and there are, these are trees which are at the back, and then there you can see ocean. These are some people sitting around over here. All right, so this is a place where people can sit and visit the farm. Okay, so let's have a closer look at this tree. Now see, what could it possibly be? Just think about it. What are these? And why are these here? Now you see, boys and girls, now you see, plants carry out a process which is known as photosynthesis. All right. And this process takes place in the leaves of a plant, in the green part of the plant. All right. And as a result of that process, plants produce their own food in the form of sugars. All right. So it is not wrong if I tell you that indirectly plants are harnessing the sunlight and converting the energy which they absorb from sunlight in a way to produce their own food. Okay, and the food which they produce are in the form of sugars, and fruits and vegetables, they are abundant in sugars. All right. So sugars are the basic nutrient which is produced by the plant and which is consumed by human beings and by various other animals, and it acts as the basic supply of energy. It is the basic fuel which you need for our bodies to work properly. Sugars. And in technical terms or in scientific terms, we call these sugars as carbohydrates. Okay, so now you know that carbohydrates are originally produced by plants only. In this entire earth, on our entire planet, only carbohydrates are produced by plants. Okay, and only plants are those organisms on this earth which have this ability to produce their own food. Even we cannot produce their own our own food. Mean we cook the food. Okay, we have groceries, we have vegetables, we have fruits, we cook our food. Okay, we use meat, we use vegetables, we use fruits, but we cannot produce them. Our body cannot produce them. Our body is designed to digest the food which we are eating, but it is not designed to produce the food. Okay, so plants specifically, they are designed to produce their own food. They have that machinery in themselves by which they can produce their own food. So now I have a question for you, that which type of nutrient is produced by the plants you observed during your field trip? All right. I have discussed this earlier as well. If you haven't understood it, you can listen to this video again and then answer this question, that which type of nutrient is produced by the plants which you have observed during your field trip. Okay, so here I expect you to write almost um, one word answer. You have to just write the name of the nutrient over here. All right, you will write the name and then you will submit the answers. Guys, please do not forward these questions. All the questions which are embedded in my assignments, these are your classwork questions. And I keep their record in the form of screenshots. They stay with me. So please, every question which appear right in front of your screen, you are supposed to answer it. Okay, these questions, these assignments, they are going to be marked by the end of BSU sessions. All right, so they are very important. These are your classworks. I am giving you this opportunity here, that you are not bothered that much that you write all the answers and questions on your notebooks. A question is right in front of your screen, and you have to answer this question. Okay, so please everyone answer this question and then move to the next slide. Okay, you can press these arrows which are at left and right side to move forward and backward. So let's move to the next slide. When you are done with the answer, then move to the next slide. So today's topic is carbohydrates. Now this slide, it's not just a slide. It represents that what types of foods contain carbohydrates. You can see different grains, okay? You can see lentils, you can see some fruits here, you can see pasta, you can see breads, all right? You can see banana, potatoes, all right, some different types of seeds. So all these foods, they are basically sources of carbohydrates. Now let's move to the next slide. Now defining carbohydrates. What is a carbohydrate? Carbohydrates or saccharides. Okay, so saccharide is actually another word used for carbohydrate, and saccharide is actually derived from a Greek word which is saccharon, and saccharides means sugars. Okay, so carbohydrates or saccharides, these are two different names for the specific nutrient. So, carbohydrates, these are organic compounds which are composed of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. All right. The structure of carbohydrates has these three elements in it: carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. All right. I hope that you know what elements are. Elements are pure substances which cannot be further broken down into different simpler substances. Okay, these substances are called elements, which are extracted from earth in pure form. So carbon is an element, hydrogen is another element, oxygen is another element. Okay, these are three elements. And carbohydrates are formed when these three elements, they join together in different concentrations depending on the size and function of the carbohydrate. Okay, many carbohydrates, they also contain nitrogen and other elements. So it's these three elements, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, they will be present. Uh, their presence is confirmed. They are for sure present in carbohydrates, but apart from carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, other elements can also be a part of the structure of different carbohydrates. Let's move to the next slide. Here I have a video for you. All right. Actually, sorry, this is not a video. This is actually a board. Okay, and the topic is carbohydrates, and in this comment section below, you have to share your thoughts, or you can add different types of images over here, like if you click this picture button, you can add your pictures here. Okay, and you can upload pictures here. I have actually clicked it, so that's why my gallery is opening now. All right, so let's see how can we add a picture here. So these are different pictures. For example, this is a picture which I want to add. Okay, I'll open it and then I'll save it. Okay, And now it's saved. You can you can add your thoughts about this picture. Carbohydrates, what you already know about carbohydrates. You can um, add any uh, thing which you know about carbohydrates previously, and then you will press this post button and it will be posted on this board. And like this, it is going to appear right in front of me. Okay, so everyone is supposed to add one comment over here on this board, at least one comment. You can add more comments as well. Okay, so the question is, what do you think carbohydrates mean? Describe in one word what comes up in your minds when you hear this word, carbohydrates. I am dead sure that you might have heard this word before, so I'd like you to uh, share with us, where have you heard this word before, or if you know something about carbohydrates. They are essential, they are nutrients, sugars. You can add pictures, you can add videos here. Okay, so you can add any link here, anything which you like to share with all of us. So everyone is supposed to add one thing at least over here. Don't move forward without adding anything. Again, I'm telling you, these are your classworks. They are saved as your classworks. So instead of giving you specific assignments, specific classworks, I am embedding all these questions in my Nearpod session so that you can answer them. I'm going to mark them in your classwork section. Okay, so everyone is supposed to add at least one thing over here. You can either you can use your book for it, you can search it on internet. If you don't have any abrupt thoughts regarding carbohydrates, you can search it on internet. You can post a YouTube link over here. Okay, so please do participate in it. Don't move forward without adding anything. Each work, each question here is required and it will be marked. I'm again telling you. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. Now here I have a video for you. I need you to watch this video really carefully. Press this play button and this video will be played in a while. uh, until it is played, I want to tell you that these blue dots which you can see, these are actually questions which are related to the video which you will be watching in this preview. Okay, in this lesson, this video which you will watch, this blue dot in this you can say at this point of time, a question will appear in front of you. For example, what does carbohydrate provide our body? This is a multiple choice question. All right, so you have to answer these multiple choice questions here. Then second question is, simple carbohydrates have dash chains, so they are digested very quickly. If you'll watch the video carefully, you will be able to answer these questions in an effective way. Then we have third question, why complex carbohydrates are better to eat than simple carbohydrates. Again, this is there in the video which you'll watch. Next question, it's an open-ended question, that which foods should we limit in our diet. So in order to answer all these questions, you have to watch this video. It will appear in front of you. Okay, and then answer these questions. Again, I'm telling you that answering questions is very important. So let's move to the next slide because I am showing you the preview. That's why my video was not loaded. So now here we are Guys, carbohydrates are basically of two types. Okay. One are simple carbohydrates and other one are complex carbohydrates. Simple carbohydrates have simple structures and they can be easily digested, and you can they have a sweet taste. Okay, and they are found in energy drinks, in cold drinks, in ice creams. Okay, everything which is sweet, everything which we eat and that is sweet, it actually contains simple carbohydrates. Okay, they raise blood sugar and they digest much faster, and they give you short term energy bursts, means they provide you energy but for short time span, and then they generally taste better than uh, complex carbohydrates. Well, the taste of both is it's different. Simple carbohydrates are usually the desserts which we eat, and complex carbohydrates are basically the grains which we eat and the vegetables and all the fruit stuff. Okay, so complex carbohydrates, they have large chains of carbohydrates. Okay, and they play a role in structure formation and food storage, and they are high in fiber and they digest slower. Because they digest slowly, so they give you energy, consistent energy throughout the day. Okay, for example, if you eat a glass of milk in the morning and you don't eat anything, you do neither eat bread, you don't eat a roti, okay, and you don't have an egg, what will happen after some time? After some time you will get hungry. Okay, so but if you will have one roti instead of having a glass of milk, then you will feel fuller for a longer period of time. All right, so this is the difference between simple and complex carbohydrates. Simple carbohydrates, they give you energy which is instant and it will vanish after a period of time, but complex carbohydrates energy is provided to you throughout the day because it digests very slowly in your system. All right, and they are responsible for maintaining a healthy life as well. Okay, so next slide. Yes, now this slide tells us about good carbs and bad carbs. Carbs is an abbreviation of carbohydrates. Good, there are some carbohydrates which are good for you and some carbohydrates which are bad for you. Good carbohydrates are the complex carbohydrates. Okay, carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates include the grains and roti and vegetables, the carbohydrates obtained from fruits. All these are good carbs and they are complex carbs. They have more energy, they give you good health benefits. Okay, and they are more essential. They have more essential vitamins and minerals, and they have fiber, so your digestive tract, it digests food very easily. Okay, and they maintain blood sugar level. I hope that everyone is familiar with the word diabetes or sugar in their lifetime. So they maintain your sugar level of blood. All right, bad carbs are the simple carbs which digest rapidly and increase blood sugar level, and they are responsible for different types of diseases. Okay, for example, if you eat too much sweets, your sugar level will rise and eventually you will end up in have being a diabetic person. All right, so these are different harmful effects of these simple carbohydrates, although they are also useful in some points. For example, if your blood sugar level, it decreases and you need sudden energy. Okay, for example, if you faint, you in such cases, these are also helpful. Okay, so they increase blood sugar quickly, the bad carbs. Now here again we have a video for you. I have a video for you. I recommend you to watch this video. There are no questions in this video. They just this lady, she's just telling you about good carbs and bad carbs in this video. All right, so watch this video very carefully. Now let's move to the next slide. All right, so now we have a question for you. Describe the main function of carbohydrates. All right, so in this box over here, again, you are going to describe the main functions of carbohydrates. All right, all the functions which carbohydrates perform in your body, which we have learned before up till now, you have to write about all those functions. Okay, you will see two videos, and I've told you about good carbs, bad carbs, how they affect your digestive system. All right, so how they are useful to in order to provide our bodies with energy. So these are different functions which carbohydrates perform in our bodies. Okay, I in this question, you are supposed to at least write one paragraph of different functions. You can write in points. Okay, you can write by in numbers, you can write in paragraph forms, but there are supposed to be at least 4 to 5 main functions of carbohydrates. Okay, so thank you so much for listening. This is it. Our lesson ends here. Okay, eat healthy and stay healthy and stay safe. All right, thank you. And this I hope this session was helpful for you in many different ways, and you understood about carbohydrates. If you have any questions to carbohydrates, you can ask those questions anytime from me. Okay, I am here to give you answers, and I'll be waiting for your questions. In fact, I'll be expecting you to ask questions, because I don't expect you to all of a sudden understand whatever was taught to you in this lesson. So I expect answers from you, questions from you, and I also expect everyone to answer these questions which were asked in this entire lesson, in this entire session. And let me tell you one more thing, that all the answers which you will uh, write over there, they will be visible for me. Okay, I'll be because I am the administrator, I am the teacher, so I have all the data with number and name of the students. Okay, and one more thing, that please, when you log into the Nearpod app, use your own name and use your full name. All right, so I expect that from you. Thank you, take care, and Allah Hafiz.